My throat's a little scratchy. Don't mind me, just drinking tea. I hear Ableton just released a new product. I'm going to tell y'all who I think they just put on notice, though. Let's talk about it. All right, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. First of all, we're going to take care of a couple housekeeping items. Number one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Number two, hit that bell notification so you can be notified about any new videos that I post. And number three, go ahead and hit that like button if you like this kind of content. All right, let's get into it. So I woke up to the news yesterday that Ableton had released a updated version to their Push 2, which is basically a famed controller that a lot of music producers use. They use the Ableton software, right? Woke up to the news that they just released a Push version 3. I was interested, just like any other music creative. I went to look to see what it was all about and see what new features they added and see what's different between the Push 2 and the Push 3, and there is a lot. Number one, it is standalone, and it is actually true standalone, unlike that other company that put that cross at the end of their name. I ain't finna get into them. So far, what I've been reading in the reviews, people have taken very well to it. I am not an Ableton user. I've used Ableton before. I believe that it was version, I don't know, 8, 9, somewhere back there, one of them older versions. It was pretty cool. Ableton's pretty cool. I did some things that I actually made a couple songs in it, and some songs that actually went on some artist projects. But for Ableton users, like machine users, the Push 2 was a controller that you could use to control the software and allowed you to do a lot of different things, right? So now the Push 3 is completely standalone. Now, from what I've seen, it's a little bit different from the Machine Plus in terms of what it's capable of doing in a standalone fashion. So I like the fact that on the back, obviously it has an interface just like the Machine Mark III does, but it also has digital ADAT inputs, which means that you can connect this thing now to a lot of devices that don't necessarily have quarter inches in the back. Newer devices have both quarter inches and ADAT optical outputs. And so the fact that this has ADAT optical, to me personally, is a game changer. So what I want to know is, from the Ableton users, how do you guys feel about the Push 3? Are you getting one? I saw the price tag, so I'd have to tell y'all this. I took a pause. I was like, that's a steep price to pay. But at the same time, I know how valuable the tool could be for Ableton users. I'm gonna be honest. I actually want to try one. I don't know if I want to try one bad enough to spend what it cost. I think it cost something around like $2,000 or something like that. It's actually more than what the Machine Plus costed when the Machine Plus first came out. So I don't know if I want to shell out that much money just to try something. But Ableton, holla at your boy. I'd be willing to do videos and do all that stuff for y'all if y'all send me one to play around with. 1 second, I gotta get some more tea. Not only did Ableton drop a new standalone device in terms of the Push 3, they also dropped a very new software update, which is 11.3 for all the Ableton users out there. Now, again, I don't use Ableton, so I don't know what the difference is between the software versions of it is, but apparently this is a big deal for Ableton users. So go ahead, Ableton. I like the way that y'all listening to y'all community and that y'all continuing to push out products that people actually want to use. So yeah, looking at this thing, it has a built-in audio interface, like I said, which the MK3 already has an ADAT optical in and out, MIDI in and out, USB-A and USB-C ports. It's got foot switches, so it has all your basic, your standard inputs and outputs, but like I said, that ADAT optical in and out is a game changer to me. I don't believe that that's on any standalone device that I can think of. I know it's not on the Mark III. It's not on the Machine Plus. It is not on the MPC Live 2. It is not on the X or the XSE. It's not on the MPC one either. And I'm strictly talking about the ADAT optical in and outs. You do have SPDIF opticals on some of these devices, but not ADAT optical. So I think that's a game changer. I actually think I said this in a previous video that you can catch on my YouTube channel right here. I think that Ableton just put Native Instruments on notice. I believe that when Akai dropped the Live 2, even before the Live 2, the X, the Live 2, definitely the X SE now, and you have a wide range of creative individuals that are looking to go to hardware or use newer devices from a technology perspective in a standalone fashion. I think that Native Instruments needs to develop something, some kind of creative tool to give the users what they want. Otherwise, I think Native Instruments is going to get left behind in terms of the controller market. I think with instruments and all that kind of stuff, like they got that pretty much on lock. They make some really dope, really good instruments. Like I said in the last video, since that video aired, I think they released maybe 2 or 3 new Play Series joints. So they always drop in software. We're talking about standalone devices that the creative community likes to use. So I think Native Instruments needs to take the Machine Plus back to the lab, look at everything else that's out there and figure out what they can do differently and make a Machine Mark IV, right? And make it price competitive to what's already out on the market. Because if y'all don't, Native Instruments, talking to y'all, if y'all don't, y'all gonna get left in the dust. Like, this Push 3 is going to be a game changer for Ableton users. It is definitely gonna set Ableton and Push users apart from Machine and Machine users, in my opinion. A lot of people that have Machine Mark IIIs, they love them. There's a lot of people ditching them, going back to Akai. There's a lot of people who have Akai newer devices that are going back to Akai classic devices. So Native Instruments, y'all got to figure this out. A YouTuber that I watch, Marlo Diggs. Shout out to Marlo. Marlo's a dope dude. Marlo makes very dope music. But he said something recently about competition and the fact that Akai doesn't have any competition. But with the release of this Push 3, this is kind of what he was talking about. Ableton has come out the gates swinging, and I know a lot of MPC users felt like this is what Akai should have done with the XSE, but all that aside, the XSE is a limited edition device. Akai has a history of making limited edition devices, so don't worry about it. I believe that Akai, when they decide to make a new MPC, which probably won't be for a while, but when they decide to make a new one, it will be a game-changing device. I know that for certain. But Marlo Diggs was talking about competition. This is what he was talking about. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I don't have no new information about the Push 3 other than what is on Ableton's website. I'm going to sit back and wait for people who actually use the device to do videos and tutorials and walk through it, because like I said, I'm actually interested in playing around with it. Like, so Ableton, hit your boy up. Like, go ahead, let me get one of them. I'll test it out and play around with it for y'all. Let me go and get that. So let me know down in the comments if you plan to pick up a Push 3, if you already an Ableton user, if you are an Ableton user, what you like about the Ableton Push combination, all of that. Let's have a dialogue in the comments below. I will see y'all on the next video. Peace.